Hello everybody! Today we are starting a reading vlog for, oh my gosh, Iron Flame. I am already about 30 to 40 pages into the book, so yes, I cheated. I did already start it. I'm sorry I couldn't help myself. Previously did a reading vlog where I read Fourth Wing. I ended up giving it 3 stars, but I really enjoyed my experience reading it. Actually, to recap my feelings on the first book, I did not think that it was technically well written. However, it was extremely addictive and I was very invested in the story. So really enjoyed it for that reason. I did pre-order this book, Iron Flame, so I have been very excited to read it. I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen. I know it's projected to be like a 5-book series. I'm curious to see what happens with Xaden in that whole... We have 5 books. I'm really curious to see what happens with Violet and Xaden in that time period. Honestly, the dragons are super interesting as well, but I'm here for the love. I'm here for the romance. I want to see what's up. You know, we're still just kind of getting the ball rolling in the second book, about 30, 40 pages in, but I will update you as I continue.
Who's to say if I'm going the right way or where I'm supposed to be? I guess I'll mess it up.
I'm on page 46 of Iron Flame, and I'm on my roof, by the way. But so I feel like a lot of fans of this Fourth Wing series, because it's projected to be a 5-book series, like I said, I think maybe 5, 6, or 7. A lot of people are really concerned that Violet and Xaden are not going to be endgame because there's too many books in, like, projected books in the series for that to happen. Like, something's gonna happen. Somebody else might come in. I think a lot of people are worried because of, you know, ACOTAR, how Tamlin was like the love interest in the first book and then definitely was not going forward, and a lot of people when they go back and read it like miss the signs of abuse that they had, or like see that they realize they missed the signs of abuse that Tamlin had to Feyre in the ACOTAR series. And so I feel like I've been keeping my eyes peeled for that with Xaden in this book, and maybe I'm just reading into it, but I will say the whole thing in the beginning of this book with Violet being upset with Xaden because he didn't like disclose all this information to her, and she can't trust him. Sorry, you can hear all the cars. And she can't trust him, and she wants to have full disclosure from him and be able to fully trust him before she like can be in a relationship with him and sleep with him again and what have you. And he's all like, no, you don't need full disclosure. And I'm like, maybe that's like a sign. Like, that would really irritate me as well. I would like, if I can't fully trust someone, it's like really not gonna happen. And even if, say, like Violet really like loves Xaden and really cares about Xaden, it's like that's gotta be so frustrating to really care about someone and want them to give you what you need, but they're not willing to do that. He says, I'll earn your trust as soon as you realize you don't need full disclosure. You only have to have the guts to start asking the questions you actually want answers to. I don't know, maybe he's a good guy, but that would really irritate me. Like, you only have to have the guts to ask the questions you want the answers to. I mean, I would want to know the full picture, the full shebang bang, you know what I mean? Sorry, no, but I'm on Violet's side. I'm on Violet's side here. So anyways, that's my update. Okay, so I read about 100 pages of this friggin' book last night. Was there a love interest introduced? Is it the prince guy that I'm forgetting his name? I forgot to update while I was reading. But was there a new love interest introduced? That is the thought that is going through my head. That is a thought going through my head. What is his name? I want to say Alaric, but that's reminding me of the Vampire Diaries. What's the kid's name? I forget. He's like the prince. He's the 3rd son of the king. I just feel like he could be a potential love interest. He's a first year because of the way he was introduced, you know? Violet did like a little double take when she saw him. These are my thoughts. Also, I don't know, man. I really like Xaden. I still don't think that anybody's gonna beat Xaden in like the heartthrob department. I really don't. He and Violet have to be endgame. They just really do. What else? We hate the guy that we're supposed to hate. Varish, I think is his name. he's like a bad dude, you know? That's really all my thoughts that I have going into this. I really am reading this for the romance. I really am reading this for the freaking romance. I loved watching Xaden in the fist fight when he was like down in the ring and Violet was like, what's going on? And he was shirtless. That was great. Okay, I loved mentally picturing it, watching it is what I need. It's time to take a break from reading and cook dinner. Tonight we're gonna make veggie burgers, by the way. So let's get started.
Kinda strange that I'm running in circles when no one is holding my leash. Yeah, I just make the same mistakes, and I don't wanna talk about it.
I like to make my veggie burgers with sweet potato and black beans. So that's what's in here. And corn. What else? Some seasonings. You know, some seasoning, some Cajun seasoning, chili powder. What else? Salt, pepper. Probably gonna put some jalapenos in here. Some onion, red pepper. Yeah, I tried making pickles today because I had I had like cucumbers that I needed to use. I don't know if they were like too old though for me to make pickles out of them. They seem fine, but we'll see. Want to see my pickles? This is my pickle container. I don't know, I hope they turn out okay. There's so much vinegar in here. Okay, this is it. It's a thing of beauty. She's beauty and she's grace. No, now we assemble and bake. Yay. Okay, so I read a few more pages of Iron Flame and I realized that I never told you what the second book was about. I think I was like wary of spoilers, but to be honest with you, we're just gonna go into spoilers. So if you haven't read Fourth Wing or Iron Flame, I don't recommend watching this video. I recommend coming back after you read them. And I do recommend reading them, okay? I know I was kind of shitting on it when I read Fourth Wing, but if I'm being completely honest, this has been my absolute favorite reading experience of the whole year. So I think that's really saying something. It's a good time. We have Violet and Xaden. I'm really focused on the romance, okay? I've said that multiple times. I'm gonna say it again. Xaden is off. He's stationed elsewhere. Obviously, Tarn and, I don't know how to pronounce Xaden's dragon's name, Sigale, that's what I'm gonna say, are mated. So they have to visit each other pretty often, but the university are only letting them visit each other once a week. But they're keeping Xaden and Violet pretty busy, so they can't really see each other. They're kind of keeping them apart. It's difficult on the dragons, what have you. We have Andarna, who turned into an adult dragon, basically she's turning into an adult dragon. The dragons and Violet have to keep Andarna hidden because they don't want the people in charge of the university to find out, basically. They don't know who to trust, and a couple of the new people that came into the college are like pretty bad people. So we have Varish, and then I forget the name of the other one, but the guy's last name is Varish, and he's like super unhinged. Okay, super unhinged, sociopathic, and he has an orange dragon who's also pretty violent. So that's kind of what's going on, like a very basic gist of what's going on. Violet's just trying to survive in school. She's trying to watch out for Liam's younger sister, Sloane. She's thinking about visiting Xaden all the time. She's grappling with her feelings on him keeping secrets and being private. And so their relationship is like iffy, but like not really. They love each other, you know. There's still training going on. Violet is now has this new thing to look into because she knows that venin exists and the people of her college are hiding things from her. So again, she doesn't know who to trust, which teachers know actually what's going on. She has her friend who's one of the scribes, who is really cool, who's helping her like find ancient books. But again, so in the library, they outlawed books prior to 400 years ago. Basically, they're keeping this venin thing a secret and they don't really know why. She's looking into the wards. So what protects Basgath? I remember what the college is called. My problem with the whole shebang bang is like, why would the dragons deal with the humans? I really want to know like why the dragons are actually dealing with the humans when they're way more powerful and they know way more. Like, what are they getting out of this deal? That doesn't make any sense, but whatever, I digress. That's what's going on. I've been loving the female relationships in this book so much. So I love Imogen. I love Imogen so much. I love Imogen and Violet. Ree and Violet are like best friends, you know, from Fourth Wing, the first book. But they're like, Violet's keeping secrets from her, but obviously they still really care about each other. And then Sloane. So Violet's been helping, or wants to help Sloane. Sloane is wary to receive help. So that's what's going on. It's a massive update. But something else that I wanted to talk about, and it kind of ties into this whole book because they are training for fighting and war, and they're trying to get strong. So something else other than books that's a really important part of my life is fitness, and here we are. We are in my gym. So we're currently sitting in my apartment complex's gym. I'm here like 5 or 6 days a week, but I did want to take the time to talk about an app that I've been using that is completely not sponsored. I'm just kind of obsessed with this app, if I'm being completely honest. It's called Hybrid Health Club, and the creator of this app, her name is Bex Hunter, is the name of her YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel, which I will link down below. She also has an Instagram, which she's mostly active on, so I'll link that as well. I'd recommend following her there, but if you're interested in fitness and you want to get stronger, which my goals are to gain muscle, so to gain muscular weight and to gain strength and what have you, I'd really recommend checking that app out. Honestly, it is so freaking cool. Different sections of the app, so she's very educated in what she's doing clearly and very passionate about fitness. And there's an athlete section, a lifting section, which those are the two ones that I use primarily. There's a program for runners, running workouts, strength workouts for runners, home club workouts. So if you don't have access to a gym and you just have a couple of dumbbells, or if you want to do body weight, there's that section as well. There's a HIIT section if you want to do like high intensity cardio kind of a thing. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Go check it out, people. She's super nice too. She's always answering and responding to comments that you post on there, or questions. And she's very helpful, so I think that's really helpful, especially for people who are nervous or beginners or just have questions, because I have questions all the time, okay? Today we're gonna do a glute workout, because I'm trying to get a fat peach, you know?
Why'd it have to change? Who's to blame when you're all out of chances and nothing is going your way? Let's just see how bad this gets. I'm 30 something now, and everybody seems to have their shit together while I'm just passed out drunk, and I can't even talk. I just wanna be 18 again. What's gonna weigh you down when all you do is hang out with your friends? I just wanna feel 18 again. Why'd it have to change?
Hello, good morning. I'm getting ready to go to the gym this morning before work. Not too much to update as far as reading goes. I read like 10 pages last night, kind of. Maybe, no, I read a little bit more than 10 pages. Maybe I read like 10 pages. I was freaking out. Maybe I do have something to update. I was freaking out. You know what frustrates me? Taran really should have obliterated, what's his name, Varish's dragon. Why isn't he doing that? I'm so confused. I'm confuzzled. I don't understand. If dragons are supposed to be some big, bad, scary things, this guy's clearly a bad dude, and the dragon's unhinged. Like, Taran, like, he just thinks, oh yeah, I'm don't worry, Violet, I'll take care of it. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. Didn't take care of anything. He didn't take care of anything. Anywho, I like to take this before I go to the gym sometimes. It's from the brand Ghost. It's their pump. I don't like pre-workout because I don't like the caffeine in it. I do drink caffeine, but not all the time. But I don't like pre-workout. Anywho, pump basically just helps you get like a nice pump to your muscles. And I like that, okay? I like that. We are doing upper body today, so we're working biceps, triceps, and shoulders. And I'm doing one of the workouts from my app, of course, because that's what I use all the time. It's in the lifting club. It's called Arm Pump, by the way.
Where the motor stops, 'cause when I want it, then I want it, yeah, I want it, oh, I want it, let's go. Look around, where's the people at? I want a taste of the good life, hit me with it right now, in it. 'Cause when I want it, then I want it, yeah, I want it, oh, I want it, let's go. And I won't look back, yeah, I don't care about the bad shit back home. It's Cincinnati, baby, I just wanna let it go.
Okay, so I just got out of the shower. Well, I just got home from work, took a shower, about to do my skincare routine, but I've read another 100 pages. I've read another 100 pages of Iron Flame, and I am telling you right now, I made it to part 2. I swear, the bulk of the action has already happened. Right? It's only downhill from here for the book. Right? I mean, it can't possibly be as interesting. I just wonder what's gonna happen. I hope it doesn't end sadly. I just have a feeling it's gonna end really sadly. And I'm gonna be really upset. I've already cried. I'm not kidding you. I mean, like, I'm easily emotionable. That's not a word. I am a sensitive person, okay? It's pretty easy for me sometimes. Actually, you know, I take that back. Today, for some reason, it just hit me in the feels, okay? I did cry, actual tears, while reading this book. I did. Oh man, I really hope Varish is actually dead, because we saw Violet and Xaden, like with the help of Xaden, we saw them stab him, but you really never know, and honestly, that kid came back to life. So, and we know the healer guy Nolan could potentially be on the bad side. I mean, is he? I think that guy's just conflicted, but he was helping Varish in the beginning. Oh boy. And you know, Dane, okay, I actually came home from work yesterday and was like freaking out about Dane because of a paragraph that I read yesterday. I forget exactly what that paragraph was about, but basically I had a thought. Let me explain, okay? So after Violet was like being tortured for a week by Varish, Dane comes in and is like, oh my gosh, you suck, like blah, blah, blah. And then Violet showed him the memory of the venom, and he was like, then he helped Violet and was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, kind of a thing. I knew it. I knew it. I had a feeling if he actually knew, I knew he didn't know what was going on, right? I just knew. And if he figured it out, that he would be like a good person about it. So I stand behind my assessment. Xaden and Violet have to be endgame of this whole book, but I'm really hoping there's some romantic conflict. Not in the whole book, but in the whole series. I'm really hoping there's some romantic conflict in between. And we know Dane is pining after her, and I'm not a fan of Dane. I'm really not. But I'm just hoping for some drama. I'm really hoping for some drama. You know, on page 435. My plan is to finish the book today. It's like 600, it's slightly over 600 pages. Okay, so on page 435, I'm so frustrated with this freaking book. I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated with this book. Okay? I still am enjoying it, but you guys, Catriona, I'm sorry, but I'm not here for it. I am not here for it. I'm not here for it. I still have like over 150 pages left of the book, like 170 or so pages left of the book. So I wonder what's going to happen with Catriona as a character, how she's going to develop, how the backstory, what that's even going to be, really. Because, like, we have it, but we don't really have it, you know, with Catriona and Xaden. But I was texting someone last night who I know who's also read this book, and, like, I was so angry. I was so angry when I read the scene where Violet flies to Takaris. I think that's that guy's name. He's like, I don't know, is he a king? I don't know. Takaris, his big palace building. And she gets there and Xaden is there. And he's very familiar with this place. Whatever, I guess. But then Catriona is there, and she is the niece of this Takaris guy. So he's been there many, many times. He has a room there. He's got clothes there. You don't even know. I would have left that guy's butt so fast. He is visiting his ex's family regularly. That's a no. That's a big fat no. And on top of it, Catriona's actually a terrible person. She's actually not nice. Okay, I'm not going to use words. I'm not going to use profanities. However, she's really, really difficult to read. She's really difficult. I don't know. I'm frustrated. I do not like the whole ex trope at all. I don't like it. I really don't like it. It's just irritating me. It's making me not want to read the book, if I'm being honest. But I do want to read the book because I am enjoying it. It's just that little side note. It's just, like, why does this have to be the thing? Why does this have to be a thing? And also, I feel like this book, so when I was at about the halfway point, I think I was like doing my skincare after I got out of the shower in the bathroom, and I was at the halfway point and I said so much has happened so far. And I feel like personally, I thought it was really great and entertaining up to that point. And now at this point, there's just too much going on, and I feel like there's kind of an issue with pacing. That being said, I'm still along for the ride. I'm still enjoying it. It's just not a 5-star read, you know? That's my opinion at this point. What else do I have to say? I wish I could convey to you the inferno feeling inside I have when Catriona is on the page. And, like, she's just letting Xaden. I would not let Xaden off that quick, man. She doesn't even really talk to him about it. What? And Catriona's being, like, she's so annoying. She's so irritating, truthfully. And I don't, like, I wish she was, like, a nicer person and was like, yeah, that's in the past. Moving on with our lives. But she's just not. She's, like, genuinely not nice. She's genuinely not nice. And so I really don't like her. I really don't like her, man. I really don't like her. There's just so much going on. There's just so much. There's too much happening, almost. I feel like Iron Flame, and I still haven't even finished the book. I have like 170 pages left, and I feel like we're right at the point. This is right at the point where stuff really starts to hit the fan, you know? We're at kind of the climax part of the book, and so much has already happened. I feel like Iron Flame really could have been broken up into 2 books, and, like, the pacing could have been a little bit different. There could have been more emotional conversation scenes. Things could have been delved into a little bit deeper and expanded upon, and the pacing could have been much better. So, also, Xaden's starting to get really irritating to me. Because, I mean, yes, because of the Catriona situation, but also he was kind of bugging me. He was, like, bugging before that, if I'm being honest. Just because, well, I feel like Xaden and Violet's relationship is getting tired to me as a reader. Like, I'm getting kind of bored with it. It's just like the same, oh my gosh, like, I'm enraged if you're in danger and I love you, and obviously I love that stuff, but I don't know, something about it just feels a bit tired to me. Like, something else needs to happen. I've been saying this the whole time. And especially after the Catriona situation, and Xaden has a room at Catriona's family's home, basically, and he goes there all the time, and he's still going there. He didn't even tell her about it. Like, he didn't even inform her before he rides up with her and their dragons to give the griffins the knives and the swords and the weapons. He didn't even inform her what would be happening. And she's just sitting there, and she's like, oh, Cat. Oh, Catriona. Oh. Because Bodhi let it slip, right? It was Bodhi. I would be so beyond mad if that happened in real life. Like, and she's not nice either, is the point. Like, if she were nice, it'd be different, but she's not nice. Anyway, I'm wearing my Christmas pajama pants because it's December. So, there's that. And I'm eating a cookie. Can you see it? From Trader Joe's. Okay. I will keep reading.
Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Maybe I don't have to know your real name. I'm just addicted to the way you take the pain away. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Cincinnati, baby. Cincinnati, baby. You said, yeah. Cincinnati, baby. Cincinnati, baby. It's 2 a.m. when we close the bar, but we're in the get-go. Next place, give me someone. I could dance with you beneath the stars. Cause when I want it, then I want it. Yeah, I want you. Everything stops.
So I finished Iron Flame last night. And I have so many feelings. I'm eating breakfast. When I started reading this book, when I read the first half of this book, I think I even have it on camera, I was saying, wow, I think this is actually, like, pretty good. You know how I felt about Fourth Wing? I thought it was a badly written book, but just had a lot of elements that made it extremely addictive. Nothing's well explained, the world is not expanded upon, but yet the characters are very addictive, and the storyline and the dragons are, like, you're curious, like, you're there for it, you want to know what's going on, but I recognize that it was just poorly written on a sentence level, what have you. That's how I felt about the first book. And then I started reading this book, and, you know, I still had all of those same feelings, but I knew that going into this book, so I wasn't mad about it for that at all. And I was into the story. I really liked the first half. And then, at the halfway point, I don't know if you remember me saying, I was like, it can only go downhill from here. So much had already happened to the point where the first half should have been its own book. And the world and the lore should have been expanded upon. There's, like, no expansion of anything in this book. There's just, like, information being given to you, and there's no real story or weight behind it. Like, it's just information. But it was still good. I was there for it. I was there for the journey. Whatever. I'm there for the characters. I was vibing with it. And then the second half, I swear, this book should have been 2 books. And then, like, very, very, very expanded upon. So way too much happened. Way too much happened in this book. It was not well executed. However, I still really want to read the third book. Because it still has all of those addictive qualities. It's just poorly executed. really, at the base of it. It's pretty poorly executed. I feel like there were a lot of missed opportunities, again, for explaining what the heck is going on, for building upon the world and making all of the lore and the history actually make sense, because there's a lot of opportunity for really interesting conversations and knowledge and interesting places that we could go. She's not taking advantage of that opportunity, the author. Also, Xaden and Violet started to get really repetitive, really annoying. Want them to end up together at the end of this whole shebang bang, at the end of the whole series. I know they're gonna end up together. He even said in here, we are endgame. There you go. But there's so much missed opportunity for a little bit of more of a love triangle. It's like there was no love triangle. And that's what was sold to me. I just feel like there's so much missed opportunity here for more drama, more intrigue, and it's just so surface level. It's so surface level. And I apologize for saying that, because I still did have a good time reading it. And I still was super invested in what was going on. So this is the most conflicting reading experience I've ever had in my life. It's so complicated. It is so complicated. I was into it. I was emoting. I was frustrated. And I don't know how to explain my feelings of this book that well. There. I think the last time I updated you too, I was talking about Catriona and Xaden, and I was really pissed at Xaden. I was frustrated with Xaden, and Catriona was just like a mean character. She really was. She ended up, as I thought that she would, or I was hoping she would, she ended up coming around, she ended up kind of coming around, but there was no conversation about it. We just were flown into battle after battle, and new thing after new thing was happening, and there was no explanation, there was no conversation. Yeah, I don't know, she ended up helping Violet and showing up for Violet, but I don't feel satisfied. I feel like conversations were missing and we just kind of moved on. And obviously, there are more important things going on in real life. If this were real life, there are more important things going on, but we're reading a book. We're reading a book where the romance is a major element, where that was a major thing that happened. I feel like it was a big thing that happened. And it's just kind of glossed over. It was just kind of glossed over. It was glossed over. And I'm glad Kat came around. Again, I thought she would, but I was hoping she would. Cool. That was cool. I love the female relationships in this. I thought that was great. And Darna and Tairn, interesting. How did they not know? They didn't even explain what Andarna actually is. But how did the dragons not know? There's so many plot holes. How did some dragon not know? There's just an egg, what Andarna was. She said she was just waiting in an egg until she felt Violet be born. And she knew that she would have the mind of a scribe and the heart of a warrior. And she would be hers. And she'd been waiting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years for this person. I hate that. I hate that trope so much. But also, there's just an egg sitting there for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. I feel like an adult dragon would have known that. I did get emotional with the mom, dying for her children. I still wish that there was more interaction with the mom. There just needed to be less stuff going on in this book. It should have been cut in half, and then they each should have been pretty much this length. I feel like there needed to be so much more expansion and personal conversation and quieter scenes where things were really built upon, relationships really built upon, characters were built up a little bit more. That being said, again, I was super addicted, but we see location more. It was hard for me to picture locations again because I feel like it wasn't really explained that well. I also felt like some scenes really did just jump really, really gracelessly from one to the next, or we're in the middle of a paragraph and we're doing one thing and then all of a sudden something else is going on and I have to go back and read it because I'm did I miss something? But no, I didn't. It's just what? But I don't want to hate on it too much. I really don't. It sounds like I'm just shitting on it. I just feel like it could have been really great. It could have been really good, but it's just trying too hard and not doing it. So I'm disappointed, but also had a great time reading it. And it's been one of my favorite reading experiences of the year. So answer me why that is. I do not know. I do not know. Also, how do I feel about Xaden turning into the Venom at the end? I mean, something had to happen. So they'll find the cure. You know, they'll find the cure. I really need Violet to sleep with someone else. That's what I need to be emotionally fulfilled. I'm probably going to give Iron Flame 3 stars. Honestly, when I started reading this, I think like a quarter of the way through, I was like 5 stars. And then a little bit after that, I was like 4 stars. And then as it kept going on, I was like 3 stars. So 3 stars, I guess. But that's Iron Flame. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Please tell me if you've read Iron Flame. Obviously, I'm sure you've read it if you're watching this video, because there have been so many spoilers. It's been a spoiler-filled video. But tell me what you thought of Iron Flame. But yes, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Morning, evening, noon, or night, wherever the sun is in your sky. Goodbye.